Hi you guys. Hey everybody. Welcome to finally lesson 6 of our free quarantine piano lessons. I hope you guys are doing well. I want to start off by saying a big thank you to everybody for reaching out to me, for your love and support in the passing of my mother. And that's kind of what derailed all of this, and you guys have just been so understanding, and I appreciate it so very much. I am doing better, learning to kind of wrap my mind around the whole thing. If you've ever experienced anything like this, you understand how difficult it is, and it's just not something that you could even explain until you walk through it. So thank you guys again for your love and support. It really means the world. I'm very excited to be back and to finish up our free piano lesson series that you guys have been working on. And I wanted to say, before we get started, I love to know where you guys are joining from. So if you would drop me a note in that toy, I'm going to take it away from him. As you guys know, this is a working household. I do these lessons from home, and I have a dog, and he has a squeaky toy that he absolutely loves. So give me 2 seconds, and I'm going to get that away from him. Cross. Let me see. Here, buddy. Okay. Here's the culprit, and I'm going to put it where he can't get it. Oh, no. Sorry, I dropped it. I dropped it. Okay. Now, okay. That's taken care of. So we have Louisiana in the house. Where are you guys joining from? I would love to hear. Also, I want to know if you guys have any questions from the last lessons that we have done. So I'm assuming that you are caught up. We started, our first lesson was just learning the notes. We learned sharps and flats. We learned what whole steps and half steps were. Lesson 2, we learned all about scales, the formula for a scale, and you learned how to play all of your scales. Now this is so important. If you missed this class, make sure that you go back and you review, because you need to know your scales. Okay, we have Aurora, Illinois in the house, Mississippi, Louisiana. Cool. Okay, lesson 3 was all about turning your scales into numbers. Now this is going to be the game changer. Turning your notes into numbers is going to be a game changer for you learning how to play. Okay, so if you need to review this, if you're still not quite there yet, make sure you go back and you check out lesson 3. Now all of these lessons are saved on our Facebook page, so you can check them out there. Lesson 4 was all about major chords. Now major chords are the basis of any song. Your 1, 4, and 5 chords are the basic chords of any song that you can play. And this is the best place for you to get started if you want to learn to play. So here we are, lesson 6. This is not lesson 6. This is lesson 5. Whoops. Okay, sorry guys. This is lesson 5. It is all about minor chords, okay? So even if a song doesn't sound minory, you're still probably going to play minor chords in the song. So I'm going to show you what that looks like. I'm going to bring you guys over to the piano, and it's going to get shaky for just a second, and then we'll get started, okay? So here we go. I want to make sure that you guys have a really good view of the keyboard. You know what? I am going to, let's see, I'm going to flip Instagram around. This is going to get pretty for a second. Hey. I think that's a little bit easier on you guys to see. Hey Hannah, hey Erica, how are you guys doing? Okay, bear with me just a second. I just want to make sure that this is, hold on, I'm going to turn my thing around. Okay. Instagram's good. We're going to get Facebook good. Okay, let's see what I need to do. Everything I touch is moving. Hold on. Give me just a second. This is not professional, but it's the best way that I could think of without actually having a camera person here with me. So you guys are the best for understanding. Okay, hold on, I can't figure. There we go. Okay, does that work? So if you guys remember when we did major chords, a major chord is basically the 1, 3, and 5 of the scale. And I think I'm backwards on Facebook. Give me just a second. I will flip this around so that this actually looks like my right hand. There we go. Okay. So your major chord is the 1, 3, and 5 of the scale. Hey, Jackie. So if you were going to build a C chord, just to review really quick, it's the 1, 3, and 5 of the C scale, which is C, E, G. Okay? When you build a minor chord, you take that third note and you flat it. So remember, a flat goes down a half step, and a half step means there's no note in between. Okay? So these notes touch all the way up, so that's a half step down. Okay, so just to review the first 5 notes of our C scale: whole, whole, half, whole. Those are the first 5 notes. So the 1, 3 flat, 5 of C would be C, E flat, G. Okay. Now we're going to build a D flat minor. So if you guys hang tight after I build these minor chords, I'm going to show you how to use them in songs, okay? So the first 5 notes of your D flat scale are whole, whole, half, whole. So the 1, 3 flat, 5 of D flat is D flat. F flat, yes, that is F flat for all of you scholars. A flat. Just play that over a D flat octave in your left hand. I'm going to scoot you guys down because you need to see more of this bottom part of the keyboard. Let's see. Okay, is that better? All right, to build a D chord, you're going to play the first 5 notes of D, your 1, 3 flat 5. So whole, whole, half, whole. So your 1 is D, your 3 is F sharp, your 5 is A. Okay. So 1, 3 flat 5. That makes it a minor. So we have D, F, A. Play that over a D octave in your left hand. So just D and D. Okay? Now we're going to go up to E flat. So the first 5 notes of E flat, I'm going to scoot you guys up. Okay. So the first 5 notes of E flat are whole, whole, half, whole. Okay, so your 1 is E flat, your 3 flat is G flat, and your 5 is B flat. Okay? So your 1, 3 flat 5. That makes it an E flat minor, and you're just going to play that over an E flat octave. Okay? So to build an E minor, once again, we're going to figure out the first 5 notes of the scale. So we start on E, that's not a step, remember? Then we go whole, whole, half, whole. So 1, 3, 5 is E, G sharp, B. So your 1, 3 flat 5 is E, G, B. Hear the difference? And then I'm just playing an E octave in my left hand. Okay, for F minor, I'm going to play the 1, 3 flat 5. So the first 5 notes are whole, whole, half, whole. So the 1 of F is F, the 3 flat is A flat, and the 5 is C. Okay? So this is pretty repetitive, the same numbers in every key, just different notes. So G flat, the first 5 notes are G flat, whole, whole, half, whole. So the 1 is G flat, the 3 flat is B double flat. That's the technical name for this note, even though it does look like A. So G flat, B double flat, and then D flat. And you could play that over a G flat octave, okay? Now remember when we talked about inversions before, let's see what lesson that was. I think we talked about it in lesson 4. So what your inversions are is you just take your chord. So we just built a G flat minor chord. You take the bottom note and move it to the top. Okay, so this is G flat, this is G flat. I'm just moving it to the top. That makes it first inversion. Okay, the reason you want to learn your inversions is because sometimes it's easier to get to, say, first inversion of a chord than it is to jump all the way down to root. If you're jumping all over the keyboard, it's going to cause you to mess up. So then if you take that bottom note and move it to the top again, you're going to have G flat in second inversion. Okay, so these are all the same chord, but you're just taking that bottom note, moving it to the top, take that bottom note, move it to the top, take that bottom note, move it to the top. Okay, so we have root inversion, first inversion, second inversion. And then it just keeps going. Root, first, second, root, first, second. So if you are looking for a fancy feel for your piano playing and you need help with inversions, that's a really easy way to start, is just to learn your inversions. Okay? All right, so on to G minor. The first 5 notes of G are whole, whole, half, whole. So the 1 is G, the 3 flat is B flat, and the 5 is D. So you have your G minor chord right there, and this is root inversion, first inversion, second inversion, and you could play that over a G octave in your left hand. Okay, on to A flat. The first 5 notes of the scale start on A flat, then we go whole, whole, half, whole. So your 1 is A flat, your 3 flat is C flat, and then your 5 is E flat. And you may say, why is she calling it C flat and B double flat and all that? Because the third note of your scale is C. So the 3 flat has to be C something. Okay, so if that's bothering you, that technical name, that's the reason why it's called a C flat and not B, because if it was B, it would be the second note of the scale, A, B, which would mean this was, if you're going into numbers, this would be some sort of a 2 note. Okay, that's why I call it C flat. All right, if that is like over your head, just forget I said it. That's for those of you who are questioning why I'm calling this C flat. So A flat, C flat, E flat, that's the 1, 3 flat, 5. Okay, so this is root inversion, this is first inversion, this is second inversion of the A flat chord, A flat minor. We're going to go into A. So the first 5 notes of A are whole, whole, half, whole. All right, so your 1 is A, your 3 flat is C, and your 5 is E. Okay, so I'm going to start down here. This is root inversion. If I take that bottom note and move it to the top, that's first inversion. Okay, and I do like to play first inversion with my index finger right here. Take that bottom note and move it to the top. That's second inversion. And then you could just keep going. I like to play root inversion with my third finger, so my thumb and my pinky stay the same on all the chords. But root is my third finger, first is my index finger, second is my third finger. It is important that you do play kind of, you know, there's some bend to this rule, but you do want to make sure that you are playing with correct fingers, because it matters when you go to start playing fills and runs and things like that. So I don't want you guys to be stuck. Okay, so we're gonna go on to B flat. The first 5 notes of B flat are whole, whole, half, whole. So we have B flat, the 3 flat is D flat, and the 5 is F. Okay, so the 1, 3 flat, 5. If I take that bottom note and move it to the top, that's first inversion. Do that again, bottom note to the top, that's second inversion. So these are inversions or ways to interpret or whatever you want to call playing the same chord. So we're just mixing it up. Okay, but these are called inversions. We're going to go into B. The first 5 notes are whole, whole, half, whole. Okay, so the 1 is B. The 3 flat is, what is this? Uh-oh. So we have a D, actually, because this is B, D sharp, F sharp is the major chord. So we have a B, D, F sharp. That's the minor. All right, so if you take that bottom note, move it to the top, you have first inversion. Take that bottom note, move it to the top, you have second inversion. Okay, so here are your inversions of C, root, first, second. This is D flat minor. That was C minor. This is D flat minor, root, first, second. This is D minor, root, first, second. This is E flat minor, root, first, second. This is E minor, root, first, second. F minor, root, first, second. G flat minor, root, first, second. G minor, root, first, second. A flat minor, root, first, second. A minor, root, first, second. B flat minor, root, first, second. B minor, root, first, second. Phew, okay, that's all out of the way. Now, let's talk about adding this to songs. So, like I mentioned before, just about any song you're going to play is going to have a minor chord in it. So, say you were doing King of Glory in the key of G. King of Glory. Start on G, and then we go to a minor, E minor. Fill this place. Just want to be with you. D major. Just want to be with you. C. Okay. A lot of times in your songs, the 2 chord, the 3, and the 6 are all minor. Okay? And I worship you because of who you are. So this is a 1 chord, 6 minor, and I, 2 minor, 5, who you, 1, 6, Lord, I, 2 minor, 5. Okay, so you see how my hands look like they're really not moving? This is where inversions come into play. So on F, I'm playing second inversion, 6 minor, which is D minor. I'm going to play second inversion. The 2 minor is in root. The 5 is in second inversion. And then I go back to the 1 in first inversion. So I start on the 1 in first inversion. I'm not sure what I said a while ago. So this is first, second, root, 5, or second inversion. Ugh. I'll get back to first inversion. Okay. There are some songs that are written in minor keys and they sound a little different. So if you're going to play a song like More Love, more love, more power, more of you in my life. So that's C minor, B flat to C minor. Okay. Probably every song that you are going to play is going to have a minor chord in it. So these are pretty important chords. Let's see, another song that's kind of a minor key is Can't Stop Praising His Name, I just can't stop praising His name, I just can't stop praising His name, Jesus. So I start off on a D minor over C, D minor over B flat, and then I have an A sus back to A, and then D minor. If you're going to do a song like Set a Fire, no place I'd rather be. So I'm starting in the key of C. No place I'd rather be. Go to the 4. No place I'd rather be. 6 minor. No place I'd rather be. 4. Here in your love. Here in your love. No place I'd rather be. Okay, so that's just to remind you of the beauty of playing by number. So I just wanted to show you real quick how the 3 minor, the 2 minor, and the 6 minor sound in a song. So if you're going to do Amazing Grace, how sweet 4, the sound 1, 3 minor, that's safe, 6 minor, a rich 2 minor, like me 5. I once one was lost, but now 4 and found. 3 minor, 6 minor, but now 2 minor, 5, 1. 6 minor. Lord, I work 2 minor, 5, because of who you are. Okay, so they really flow in your songs. They really add to your progressions. Let me flip Instagram back around super quick so I can talk to you guys for just a second. Sorry, accidentally paused the video in my effort to turn you guys around. Okay, give me just a second to get my professional video back up. Okay, here we go. So you see how the minor chords really add to your playing. I'm like wonky on Facebook. Hold on. I want to be a little bit centered. And when you are looking for progressions to play, rosa, as my friend says. Okay, there. I'm kind of centered in both. If you're looking for progressions to add to your playing, the 2 minor, the 3 minor, and the 6 minor really help, as you see in the example that I gave in Because of Who You Are. So if you guys have any questions about that, I'd be happy to answer those. Thank you, Shanlin. I hope I'm saying your name right. Thank you guys for joining. Hey, Kendra. Hey, Shayna. Hey, Mark. What's going on? Hey, Becky. How are you? Natalie, how are you doing? So practice your minor chords and perfect them. Make sure that you're practicing your inversions with those. That's your homework for this week. Okay. So I hope that has helped you guys. Let's see. Courtney Walker says, how do you know which chords to invert? Okay, that's a good question. I invert chords that are closest to what I'm playing. So say I was on an F chord and I was just playing first inversion. Say I just started off on first inversion for the fun of it, and I played A, C, F. And I was going to go to a D minor. Well, the quickest way to go to D minor is, let me see if you guys can see this real quick. I'm going to try not to move the whole, I'm just going to kind of tilt it. So the quickest way to go to a D minor from, oh, you're backwards on Instagram, sorry. From A, C, F is just to move your C up to D. Okay, you see that? So that's how you can figure out inversions. If you are looking for a closer way to get to a chord. So normally you want to try to keep the rule of thumb only either moving your chord down maybe a whole step when you're changing chords, or keeping the same notes within your chords and only switching a few of them. So in that example, instead of switching all 3 chords, I just switched 1, and it made the entire chord a different chord. So, okay, I hope that helps you guys. I am going to sign off, but there will be another lesson next week. Let me see what it is. So lesson 6, I'm going to be showing you guys actually the easiest way to play songs, and we're going to be addressing inversions that are close together. So I'm going to help you guys with that. If you have any questions, you can DM me or message me on Facebook. I'd be happy to answer those. Thank you guys for sharing this with your friends that you know would love to learn to play the piano and just need a push to do so. If nobody's told you today, know that I believe in you. You have exactly what it takes to be an incredible musician, and I cannot wait to see how good you guys do. Please feel free to send me your videos of you playing what you've learned in this free course, and I will see you guys next week. Bye, everybody.